Back guys, Inverted Rider, episode 3 of the H2SX build. Hopefully you've seen the first 2 episodes and you'll see that we're at the point of putting some parts back on the bike. Everything was stripped off in episode 2. We did put a few parts back on then as well, the necessary stuff, brake reservoir because it was leaking, put the coolant bottle back on, and a few bits that needed to be done before we could get on to putting some of the fairings and stuff back on the bike. So you can see laid out here is all the well, I say all the parts, some of the parts to go back on the bike. You can see the nose cone there, there's a screen, there's a rack just the top left corner there. You've got the daytime running lights, you've got the rear tail unit, mirrors, new air filter, guard, fender extender, the new fairing piece for the right hand side there because that was damaged as part of the accident. You've got some crash bungs in there as well. Right, so you can see the back of the nose cone there. We've had a little mock-up of where we think everything goes. Anyway, so yeah, we'll start putting stuff in. ECU goes on the top. There's a little rubber grommet that has to go in the back there first. For the there's a clip on the top of the ECU there. Just clips into that to hold that in place. There's 2 Phillips screws, one that goes either side of that. Alright, so we're going to put the DRLs in. There's one that goes either side of the nose cone, or either side of the headlight. Right, so there you go, DRLs are in. That's what they look like from the front, so they are handed. They only go in one side respectively. You can't put them in upside down on the wrong side. So we've just got to take the headlight out to fit the nose cone. Right, so to get this front headlight unit out through here, so that's just below the bottom of the clocks there. Undo the bolt I just showed you a moment ago, and that'll release the headlight, and that can come out. So you can see there's a connector on the top there, that's the connection for the headlight. Just take that out. There you go. One headlight removed from the H2SX. Right, so we're going to pop the headlight in. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 screw mounts straight into the back of the nose cone there. Go. One headlight cowl rebuilt. So the nose cone's all built, so we're gonna hopefully get it on the bike. We covered up the front mudguard there just so we can rest it on, just to do all the electrical connections. Right, so you can see the top of the ECU there, the 3 plugs down here. They need connecting on. Headlight needs connecting back up. Don't forget to do all of those. DRLs and all that carry on. Right, so the DRLs are connected, ECU we're going to connect up afterwards, we'll get the nose cone on. So you've got to slide the air duct in on the right hand side as you're standing looking at the front of the bike. Got to slide that in because there's that screw that needs doing up there. Get the fairing to clip into the 2 mirror mounts. Right, so you've got to do this bolt back up here underneath the back of the fairing. That holds, that is a bracket on the back of the headlight. That is what that screws into. So once you've got that tightened up, that will actually hold the nose cone in place. There you go, first shot of the nose cone back on, headlight in, DRL's in. It's actually starting to take some shape now and look a little bit more like a motorbike again. S-Moto radguard to go on. It's almost in the shot, but there you go, radguard to go on. You're better off doing that now while all the fairing's off. Obviously if your bike's together you will have to take the fairing off to do that. Right, so there's the bolt right at the top there to undo, and for this radguard it needs to come fully out. So new rear peg assembly going on. There you go, rear peg on. Right, so as you'll remember from previous episodes, the back wheel did have some damage to it around the top lip of the rim. I've actually done a little repair on that. As you can see, the damage is all gone. It was just the paint scuffed away. So yeah, it's been repaired quite nicely. So we're going to put the stock exhaust back on for running the bike up and checking things. Done a little repair and paint up to the heat shield there, as you remember. That was damaged, so just tidied that up a little bit for the time being till can decide on what aftermarket one to purchase for the bike. Recommendations for aftermarket exhaust for the H2SX, then drop a comment below and we'll be sure to check them out. Right, so as you remember from episode 2, this peg we found when we were bolting on this new front assembly. This peg's actually damaged on the end there, which we didn't notice unfortunately till we were bolting it on. So you can see there you have to use the bottom plate, 2 Allen keys, to actually bolt the rubber to the peg. Right, so the peg's going back in. Make sure you put the spring in, clip it on the top there. It's got a little locating. Hide the pin in from the top, and don't forget to put the C-clip back on the bottom of the pin so it doesn't fall out. Right, so we're actually going to get the left-hand side fairing on now to connect up the cornering lights. There's 2 plugs for the cornering lights, so don't forget to do them because it does come up with a warning on the dash. Is there 3 on the front here to go on, and then there's another 3 bigger bolts. Further down there's a little push, rubber push clip just about where his thumb is there. That needs to be pushed in. There you go, side fairings on. Yeah, it wasn't too difficult to get on. Right, so along with the radguard we've got the downpipe protector to go on, so it bolts onto the bottom of the radiator bracket, and then the bottom fairing here. There's actually some exposed thread on the inside, so you just put the nut and washer supplied on the back there. Yeah, job done, nice and easy. And do we need to paint it black? Let us know in the comments down below. Do you reckon it should be painted black to match the one above? Right, so while we're working on this side of the bike as well, we'll just put on the genuine Kawasaki crash protectors, just to hopefully save the bike if anything happens in the future. Right, so that slides in the frame there. There you go, just like that. And then as you do that up, that'll expand internally as it pulls the thread through, and that will hold it in place. Kawasaki genuine crash bung fitted. The new slid the new throttle on. You can see the top bolt there and the top of the throttle assembly is all scuffed up still, so we'll just change that over, stick the new bar weight on as well. So we're going to put the top fairing piece back in, all the wiring's tidied up, fairing's bolted down, so now we're going to put the top fairing section in. There you go folks, left hand side all built back up, nose cones on, ready to get cracking on the other side. Join us in episode 4. Thanks for watching episode 3 of the H2SX build guys, hope you enjoyed it today. Click the like button and hit subscribe. Don't forget to leave your comments regarding the downpipe guard, does it need to be painted black? Any recommendations you've got for exhausts on the H2.